I was calling. Are you single ladies?
Idibia announces that she is single at the Headies Award. When Annie stepped onto the red carpet at the Headies Award, the crowd didn't just see a woman, they saw a statement dressed in a very beautiful outfit with skin glowing like she just bathed in honey and peace. Annie looked like a woman reborn. But what took her from looking good to becoming the talk of the country wasn't her beauty, it was her words. Clear, direct, and calm. I am single. That's all it took. Those three words carry more weight than 1,000 blog headlines because Annie didn't just say she's no longer with Tuface. She was telling the world, I'm done with suffering in silence. I'm done with being defined by someone else's cares. I am Annie and I have finally chosen myself. And if you followed Annie's story over the years, you would know that this wasn't a simple breakup. This was a woman walking away from a battle she had fought over 20 years. We have watched her stand beside Tuface through thick and thin. We have seen her defend him against scandal after scandal. She has cried on camera. She has apologized on his behalf. She's even smiled through public humiliation, all in the name of love. But love should never require someone to disappear just to make the other person feel seen. So when Annie stood there, radiant and centered, saying, I am single, it wasn't pain speaking, it was peace. And Nigerians felt it because there is something powerful about a woman choosing herself, especially in society that teaches women to endure no matter the cost. Annie flipped the script. She said, no more enduring, no more pretending, no more playing the good wife while losing myself. And let's be honest, we saw it coming. For the past year, the signs were everywhere. Fewer couple photos, less engagement online, rumors here and there, unfollows, tensions, and those scripted captions that only heartbroken women post. I gave everything. Loyalty hurt. Still, many hoped the storm would pass, but Annie decided to stop serving the storm and walked away from it completely. Now, this is where it gets even more powerful. She didn't just walk away, she glowed away. Since that announcement, Annie has looked more stunning than ever, and not in artificial, revenge body kind of way. No, her glow looks deeper. She walks like the sleeps well at night now, like she finally has silence in her spirit, like peace finally replaced performance. Her outfit, classy, effortless. She's not dressing for attention anymore. She's dressing like someone who sees herself again. She's not chasing headline. And she's not dragging anybody online. She's just being. And you know what makes even more touching? The way she talks about her kids. At the head, she said something that caught even more attention than her single status. She said, my kids are all I have.
Family can't pay, my children they can't pay, my first daughter they Yankees, they go school. No play with that girl, no play with my kids, so that they be my backbone. So right now they work on my own TV station.
Those
my
words
own
hit hard, not because she's lonely, but because she's finally focusing on the thing that has never failed her daughters. If you go through Annie's recent social media posts, it's clear where her heart is. It's no longer in broken promises. It's in being present for her children, in being strong, stable, and emotionally available. She's pouring all love into the girls, teaching them strength, showing them independence, and proving that a woman doesn't need to stay in pain to prove she's loyal. And that's the message every young girl needs to see because for too long we've glorified women who endure suffering silently in marriage. We clap for women who stays but side-eye the ones who leaves. And is changing that narrative. She's showing us that sometimes the greatest love you can offer your children is to stop showing them unhealthy love. And it's not just women who are watching and men are watching too. Some are rethinking the way they treat their partners. Others are finally realizing that even the most loyal woman will leave when she gets tired of clapping for someone who keeps embarrassing her. This is what Annie's silence has done. It has spoken louder than words ever could. She didn't go on a rant. She didn't do a mess sit-down interview dragging Tuface. She didn't release WhatsApp chats or voice. No, she didn't even shade him indirectly. She just stepped out and declared, I am single. And with that, the whole country sat up because we are used to women begging for love, apologizing for men's sins, and staying in situations that drain them. But Annie reminded us that you can live and still be elegant. You can live and still be full of grace. Now, people are calling this Annie's era. And it's true. She's walking into new opportunities. She's focused, rebuilding, healing. Her energy is different. Her smile is deeper. Even her interviews are lighter. She sounds like someone who is no longer trying to hold a man together with prayers and pressure. And what makes it more inspiring is that she's not pretending to have it all figured out. She's not acting like everything is perfect. She's just being honest, transparent, serious. That's why so many Nigerians, especially women, connect with her now more than ever. because her story is not just celebrity gist. It's a lesson, a reminder that no matter who you are married to, no matter how famous, no matter how long you've been together, your peace matters more. That you can love someone deeply, fight for them, forgive them over and over, and still walk away when that love no longer feels safe. Annie isn't weak, she's wise. She's not bitter, she's brave. She's not angry, she's finally at it. And in a country where women are constantly asked to shrink themselves, Annie is expanding softly, gracefully, and proudly. So whether you love her or criticize her, one thing is clear. And Idibia has entered a soft era, no noise, no scandal, just peace. Now, just when Nigerians were beginning to let Annie breathe and enjoy her life, the story took an because Annie was rising like furnace. Two-Face was also reappearing in a very interesting way. It started as a rumor. You know how these things begin in Nigeria. One blog drops a line and suddenly everyone is quoting sources close to the family. The talk was that Tuface's mother had been searching for him, that she hadn't seen her son in a while, that he had gone quiet, maybe even unreachable. Some people laughed it up, others were curious. After all, Two-Face is known to disappear from the spotlight when drama hits up, but this time felt different. People began wondering, where exactly is Two-Face? Is he hiding? Is he taking time to reflect, or has he quietly moved on to? Then, just as the gist were getting cold, a video surfaced online, and not just any video, a full-blown emotional moment, Two-Face reuniting with his mother. It wasn't a concert stage or some PR event, it was simple, humble. The video showed Tuface entering what looked like a quiet family home. His mother was there. He was making videos with his mother and siblings. But then the real shock came. Standing just behind him was Natasha. Yes, Natasha, the woman who had been whispered about in hush tones for months. Her name had floated around social media. So some said she was a friend. Others insisted she was more. But this video confirmed it. Natasha wasn't just around. She was standing beside him as family. She smiled. She greeted Tuface's mom respectfully. She sat beside them like she belonged there. And from the body language, there was no tension, there was no awkwardness, just quiet acceptance. Nigeria, of course, went wide. Some felt betrayed, so Two-Face really moved on. After everything Annie did, others were more measured. He's a grown. Maybe he just wants peace. And then some people, brutally honest ones, said Two-Face has always had options. We are just finally seeing one of them in 4K. But the bigger question was, what does this mean for Annie? And honestly, it means nothing because Annie already moved. She already spoke. She already detached. That moment at the Headies was her closure. So whether Two-Face is with Natasha or not, whether his mom is embracing someone new or not, Annie is on her own path. And it can try to compare Annie and Natasha all it wants. Who is finer? Who is classier? Who is something more? But those questions makes the point. This isn't about competition. It's about clarity. Two-Face and Annie's journey has clearly ended. And both parties are making that known in their own ways. Annie did it with words and elegance. Two-Face did it with silence and Natasha. Now, some people ask, where did Natasha come from? And the truth is, we don't know. She's not a celebrity. She's not a socialite. No loud Instagram presence. From the video, one thing was obvious. She's not part of Two-Face circle. Time will tell whether this relationship will last. Nigerians are watching, of course. But at the same time, most people are more concerned about Annie because her journey feels closer to the heart. She loved deeply, gave everything, and is not choosing herself. So whether Two-Face's new chapter is filled with love or just another phase, it doesn't change the fact that Annie has closed her book, and this time she's not flipping back through the pages. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, kindly subscribe, comment, like, and share.